Live from Chicago, this is Fox 32 News at Noon.
Next at noon, the countdown is on for 2026, how the city plans to ring in the new year. Time is running out. Enhanced ACA subsidies expire at midnight. What this could mean for millions of people. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Sylvia Perez. We are just hours away from ringing in the new year. But the first of many celebrations have already begun, including this one in New Zealand. This is video from the countdown that happened in Auckland at about 5 o'clock this morning, our time. The nation was the first to launch its fireworks for 2026. And in just a few hours, the fireworks will be booming above the Chicago River. The city is hosting a major event tonight. And for the first time, Chicago is participating in a nationwide televised countdown. Gates open to the public at 5 o'clock tonight, but road closures are already in place. Wacker Drive is shut down from Lake to Wells Street, and the Franklin Orleans Bridge closed this morning. And
first of all, we're going to be highly visible throughout the entirety of the city. We're going to make sure that we have sufficient manpower. We've already made provisions for that. This manpower will not just be in the downtown area.
So anyone planning to celebrate in the downtown area, as you just heard, is encouraged to come in early, be safe, use public transportation, which, by the way, will be free from 10 p.m. tonight until 4 a.m. Thursday morning. Metra is free after 6 p.m. tonight. Also, make sure to keep in mind that there is a city curfew for anyone under the age of 18, and police are saying it will heavily be enforced. You heard the police superintendent talking about that as well. And this is all, of course, following a shooting that occurred last month after the city's Christmas tree lighting ceremony. 9 teenagers were shot, 1 teen was killed, and 19 were arrested and charged. Police say while the focus may be on the downtown area, there will also be patrols ramped up citywide, so be on the lookout. And in addition to extra police, there will also be a show of federal support on the ground, including the FBI and Secret Service. A New Year's annual tradition returns. CTA is partnering with Miller Lite for the New Year's Eve free rides program. Riders can take any CTA train or bus for free from 10 o'clock tonight until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. This program gives Chicago residents a safe and reliable transportation option for the evening. Let's take a live look outside for you as we see these overcast skies. It is still cold out there, and if you have plans to come downtown and take part in the big celebration tonight, Caitlin has some great advice for all of us, right, Caitlin?
Dress warm.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be really cold tonight, and we have the chance for snow before we get there. So let's first talk about a current look at satellite radar, where some blue is starting to stream in from the northern locations like Lake, McHenry County. You have some light snow. Wisconsin as well, Kenosha County, covered in snow. For us, though, in Chicago, it's just cloudy. Southwestern areas, northwest Indiana, a few thinner spots there in northwest Indiana. But overall, it is a quiet early afternoon. But talking about the temperature, it's actually not too bad out there, as the actual temperature is sitting at 34 degrees at the lakefront, 33 at O'Hare, and 34 in Aurora, 33 in Kankakee. But this is what it feels like outside right now, mid to upper 20s. That's how you should dress and prepare before you step out the door. Our day planner has that potential for snow over the next hour moving in, as we just saw. Some of you already seeing a few flakes. 33 degrees at 3 by 5:31. Temperatures are going to be quite cold tonight, I mentioned, but let's talk about the wind chill, because this is what it's going to feel like outside. So as we work our way through the afternoon, we're slowly seeing those temperatures drop down to the teens by 6 or 7 for the feel like temperature. And then we're down to the single digits. Look at midnight, 1 degree. That's what it's going to feel like outside. Actual lows tonight around 10. Tomorrow is going to be another cold day. Let me say this too before I toss it back over to Sylvia. The chance for snow is moving in now, but I do expect it to be out of here by this evening. So if you are going to be out and about later tonight, it is going to be dry. It's just going to be chilly. We'll take a look at your full 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, thanks for that, Caitlin. Aurora police have a stern warning for certain New Year's Eve revelers. Celebratory gunfire will not be tolerated. The department says it will be responding to all ShotSpotter activations citywide. Anyone who is found illegally discharging a firearm will be arrested. Celebratory gunfire is apparently a recurring problem in many cities, particularly on New Year's Eve. Police say it too often leads to tragic consequences when stray bullets strike innocent people. Aurora police will be focusing on areas that experience the highest levels of celebratory gunfire during last New Year's Eve's celebrations. A local nonprofit is praising a major drop in homicides across the country, including right here in Chicago. The founder and executive director of Violence Interrupters says homicides have dropped 30% from 2024. Today, T.O. Hardeman held a press conference outside the Chicago Police Department headquarters, calling on city leaders to expand partnerships with community-based violence prevention groups in 2026. He says organizations like Violence Interrupters are already mediating conflicts and working with high-risk youth, even without a city contract.
Violence Interrupters in the year 2025, our staff have mediated about 40 conflicts on the front end where we saved somebody's life before any shots were fired. And we're currently working with 120 young men and women in Chicago, helping them turn their lives around on a daily basis.
Hardeman is urging the city to invest more in outreach workers, mental health support, and trauma-informed intervention. And Chicago police need your help to find 2 suspects in connection with a shooting outside of St. Sabina Church. Here's a look at the suspects and the vehicle that apparently was used. The shooting happened outside of the Auburn Gresham Church during an adult basketball game on Sunday, sending 3 people to the hospital. Chicago police say it started with an argument inside the gym. When everyone went outside, someone pulled a gun and shot into a crowd. A deadly crash on I-80 in northwest Indiana. Skyfox was over the scene near Grant Street this morning. Illinois State Police say a car and a semi carrying about 40,000 pounds of frozen food collided. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene. All westbound lanes were shut down for several hours where officials investigated the scene. No word on the cause of that crash. Several COVID-era subsidies will soon be expiring, that is, actually at midnight, meaning health care premiums will spike for many people. Congress is out for the holidays and failed to reach a deal to extend the subsidies before leaving Washington. Today, Cook County Board presidents, along with other local leaders, gathered at Stroger Hospital to highlight the impact of the expiration of the Affordable Care Act tax credits. More than 500,000 Illinois residents will lose access to health care because of rising costs.
Let me be clear. Local governments should not have to backfill for federal disinvestment. Health care is a right, and the federal government has an obligation to uphold it. We'll continue to advocate forcefully for policies that expand, not restrict, access to affordable coverage.
Nationwide, at least 22 million people will see a jump in costs, with averages expected to go up by 114%. Well, a new year can mean a new you. If you plan to make a New Year's resolution, with 2026 fast approaching, Roseanne Tejas went out to find the top changes that people are hoping to make this year.
They are easy to make, but even easier to break. We're talking about New Year's resolutions. Is there a project you didn't start or a goal you didn't reach in 2025? Well, now you have a chance to push the restart button, and that's what we've been talking to customers about all morning.
Currently, I am in a book club, so I probably want to read a lot more books this year.
Oh, I love that one. Read more books. Okay, I'll give you a shortcut. Books on tape in the car. It's the best. Okay, how about you, Angelica? What's your resolution?
Taking more vacations and spending more time with family.
I'm going to try and be more patient with everything and everyone. Ask him, I work with him. Yeah. I'm his work wife, he can tell you.
Yeah, that's my work wife. Yes, she needs to be more patient. But
well, he's got a resolution for you. How about for you?
For me, just be a better person.
My resolution is to be present and to just take more time to really enjoy the now moments.
Less time on screens, more time connecting with people.
You know what? My New Year's resolution is going to be spending more time finding things to do in the city with my husband.
What's your New Year's resolution?
To exercise. and I have the equipment at home.
Did you just get something for Christmas? Or?
No, I already had it. I just got to get the clothes off it.
I have 2 New Year's resolutions. My first one I started is just to be healthier, and I stopped drinking. Today's 102 days not drinking.
Woohoo! My resolution is to lose weight and to walk and to eat healthy.
What would you like to do differently in the new year?
To wake up feeling refreshed every day, always being positive and getting through the day.
What's your New Year's resolution, Becca?
I don't have one. Why would I start off the year by lying to myself? And then I have to keep up the lie all year round to other people? Come on.
Whatever your resolution is for 2026, we wish you good luck and all the best in the new year. From our Fox 32 family to yours. Roseanne Tejas, Fox Chicago.
Thanks, Roseanne. And today is the last day to snag a Christmas mug at Wrigleyville's Chris Kindle Market. The beloved German-style holiday market closes at 4 p.m. You can find traditional German street food, handmade gifts, and holiday decor, of course. Much more to come on Fox 32 News at noon. Welcome back. It's 12:12. The Department of Health and Human Services says it's freezing child care funds to Minnesota, citing multiple fraud schemes in recent years. Caroline Shively reports from Washington.
David, can we talk to you?
The fight over alleged daycare fraud in Minnesota reaching a new level. The federal government is freezing all federal child care funding to the state. That's about $185 million per year.
That money should be helping 19,000 American children, including toddlers and infants. Any dollar stolen by fraudsters is stolen from those children.
This comes after a viral video by conservative reporter Nick Shirley Friday alleged more than $100 million in fraud at 10 daycares across Minnesota, claiming some centers were even abandoned.
And the child care center is locked. Should we ring the doorbell?
But on Tuesday, a local Fox crew visited a center featured in the video, ABC Learning in Minneapolis, and it was filled with children.
If I do something wrong, hold me accountable. I'm a human being. I can take my problem. But don't blame me something I have nothing to do with.
Governor Tim Walz says the state is already cracking down on fraud, and President Trump is politicizing the issue. The White House is hitting back.
People will be in handcuffs as a result of the fraud that Governor Walz has allowed to occur for many, many years.
The investigation has nationwide implications, with administration officials saying all states will have to prove they're using federal child care funding properly.
Starting today, we require a justification, receipt, or photo evidence before we make a payment.
The White House is now considering deporting immigrants who participated in the fraud, even if they're naturalized citizens. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox Chicago.
Brown University is rolling out new security measures ahead of the spring semester. 2 students were killed, 9 others injured in a shooting earlier this month. Plans include more security cameras, additional panic buttons, and stronger coordination with law enforcement and mental health agencies. There will also be more safety training and emergency messaging. The search for missing Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 has now resumed nearly 12 years after it vanished over the Indian Ocean. 239 people disappeared in March of 2014 while on board what was supposed to be a routine flight to Beijing. Ocean Infinity, a British-American company based in Texas, has not revealed the exact location of the new search, but hopes to finally solve the mystery using advanced underwater drones. Israel's prime minister says any path forward in Gaza begins with one condition: Hamas must disarm. David Spunt has the latest.
Israel's prime minister says his message to President Trump was direct and that both leaders are aligned on how to confront Hamas.
If we disarm Hamas, whether with an international force or by any other means, yes, I see a different future for Gaza.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu putting his condition front and center, arguing any peaceful path forward means stripping Hamas of its weapons. Netanyahu says the group still has thousands of fighters and stockpiles of weapons, and he argues no new governing authority can function while Hamas remains armed.
When you're fighting terrorists who want to kill you, kill them first or kill them in response.
These comments come as the prime minister pushes back on reports of tensions with President Donald Trump. Netanyahu says both men are aligned on security and deterrence.
We saw eye to eye. He cut right to the chase. He said, look, skip all this press stuff. I mean, the real thing is you've got to get Hamas to disarm.
And that shared message centers on preventing Hamas from rebuilding.
You cannot have these adversaries build capability so that they really have the ability to do damage to Israel. And that's Hamas right there on the border, Hezbollah on the border, and Iran with long-range ballistic missiles and the potential for nuclear weapons.
Analysts say the approach reflects a broader push to restore deterrence across the region.
Trump, his doctrine, such that it is a lot about reestablishing deterrence that was lost during the Biden years, and he's happy to do that in targeted ways with strong partners, and I think Netanyahu represents that.
What remains unclear, would Hamas even agree to any part of Netanyahu's proposal? In Washington, I'm David Spunt, Fox News.
Let's take a live look outside.
Ooh.
Yes, Caitlin, look at the crowds gathering at the Bean. There are probably people coming in from the suburbs, from outside of the city, right? Getting ready to celebrate Chicago in big style tonight.
I love this shot here, too, because of the ice skaters at the very bottom of your screen.
When's the last time you went ice skating?
Ooh, like last week.
Did you really? Well, that's because you have little children.
Exactly.
Where'd you guys go? Where'd you guys
exactly. Well, we went to 2 different places.
Okay.
But when I go ice skating with the kids, it's like you rent the plastic thing, so I'm not really ice skating.
Oh, yeah. I should have done
pushing.
that.
Yeah, Sylvia, 100%.
Because I actually sprained my ankle ice skating.
Oh, no.
And my family had to put me in a sled and drag me home.
Are you kidding?
No.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah,
well, ice skating would be fun if you don't have one of those little things. You could even use a chair.
Actually, that's a great idea. I'm going to look for one of those for me the next time.
Yes.
You use it too?
I use it behind the girls. So I hold on to them and push, but it's an excuse to make it look like you know what you're doing, but you don't, you know? If you are going to be downtown this early afternoon, it's cloudy, but we don't have snow yet. And temperatures, they're not bad yet. So let's get into the forecast. Right now, it's cloudy, overcast, kind of gray. Northwest Indiana, you're having a few more breaks in the clouds than in Chicago and north of the city. Lake and McHenry County, you are getting in on some light snow. The snow potential is going to increase over the next few hours on through this evening, but by around 6 or 7, drier weather will be here. Now, talking about our 24-hour temperature change, this is what I mean by it's not bad out there. Temperatures are 15 to almost 20 degrees warmer than we were yesterday at this time. So a 15-degree temperature jump at O'Hare, 17 degrees warmer at the lakefront, 19 degrees warmer at Woodstock, 16 degrees warmer in Valpo, leaving us in the 30s. So it's 34 at the lakefront and Midway, 35 in Morris, 37 at LaSalle. Temperatures in Northwest Indiana ranging in the 30s. But the wind speed, we're seeing gusts around 20 to 25 miles per hour. Right now, 22 miles per hour at O'Hare. This in front of that potential for snow. So looking at our futurecast, let's time out this snow that's moving in over the next few hours, pushing south and then out of here. This is 8:30 and most of us are dry with the exception of LaPorte and Berrien County. So as we round the lake, we could see some lingering snow showers into the overnight for those locations. High pressure building in for tomorrow. It's going to be a quiet day of weather, but cold. So tomorrow you can sleep in and know that it is going to be chilly outside. Now, talking about the futurecast, at least we get the break from the snow tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be warming up next week. In the meantime, here's your 5-day outlook. Right around freezing on Saturday, Sunday 35, but take a look at Monday. Flirting with 40. So it is going to be a mild start. Our normal high is 33, so we are well below that for today. So make sure tonight, if you're going out, by the way, at midnight, it's going to feel like we could be in the low single digits. Make sure you dress warm. Back to you, Sylvia.
All right, thanks for that. So here we are as the clock ticks down to midnight to signal the brand new year. Well, some people are preparing their resolutions for 2026. As tips from health experts to help make your resolutions stick.
Starting the new year often means making changes for some people, but sticking to a resolution all year may prove to be too difficult. Some health experts say the best way to achieve goals in the new year is by starting small.
What's really important is to stick to 2 or 3 small, manageable goals.
Sharice Fields, a clinical psychologist at Texas A&M University, says there are a few tools people can use to accomplish their resolutions, starting with making specific or SMART goals.
Rather than saying, I'm going to save money, you need to be a lot more specific. So maybe you would say, I'm going to save $50 a week.
After picking a few small goals to focus on, Fields says they should also be measurable, achievable, and relevant.
So you wouldn't say, I'm going to save $200 a week because maybe you can't save $200 a week. Maybe you break it down to like $10 a week because that's something that is achievable for you.
And while many people may be working all year to reach their resolution, Fields says it's important to keep a specific deadline in mind.
Thinking about like, I am going to save $10 a week for 12 weeks.
No matter what the goal may be, Fields says lapses can happen, but she encourages people to stick with their plan and look for ways to make changes if needed.
The important thing to do is not give up immediately, is to sit down and think about what can I do differently next time and plan a new goal.
Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
The super flu is becoming a problem for a number of states, including right here in Illinois. Coming up, we're going to take a closer look at the number of cases. Plus, a concerning update on measles infections in the U.S., what the CDC is now saying.
Are you ready to ring in 2026?
Welcome back. It's 12:25. Health officials in Cook County are seeing a jump in flu cases. According to public health data, suburban Cook County saw a jump in flu activity from low to high during the week of December 14th through the 20th. Health officials say emergency room visits have nearly tripled. For children, emergency room visits for the flu are twice as high compared to this time last year. And the CDC says the spike in cases is driven by a new variant. This comes as vaccination rates remain pretty low. Steve Harrigan has more.
Health officials across the country are scrambling to contain a new surge of respiratory illnesses. And while COVID and RSV are on the radar, this year a new variant nicknamed superflu is causing the most infections.
It just so happens that this subclade K variant that we're seeing really does seem to spread very efficiently. It's just part of its genetic makeup.
You can see here on the CDC's latest flu tracker, most of the country is experiencing high activity. So far this season, we've seen at least 7.5 million cases, 81,000 hospitalizations, and more than 3,000 deaths. Experts say the virus is affecting children more severely.
That's what we've seen in other countries where it's those less than 24 years of age have had really very high rates of hospitalization and ICU admission.
And that trend is expected to continue as people return from holiday travel.
If you go to the urgent care clinics or doctor's offices or even emergency rooms, they're flooded now with a lot of flu patients.
Another big driver, vaccine hesitancy. Only 42% of adults have gotten the flu shot this year. Doctors say while the new variant is not a perfect match for the vaccine, recent analysis from the UK finds the shot offers at least partial protection.
It's never too late to get a vaccine, and really this is the best protection that we can offer at the moment.
The CDC says hand washing can minimize the spread. In Atlanta, Steve Harrigan, Fox Chicago.
Measles cases are also climbing in the U.S. More than 2,000 new cases have now been reported this year. The CDC says the country hasn't seen this many infections in 30 years. Just this week, 20 new measles cases were reported in South Carolina. The CDC says more than 90% of people infected this year were unvaccinated or didn't know their vaccine status. If cases continue to spread, the U.S. could be at risk of losing its elimination status. What we've cooked, ordered, and couldn't stop eating. A look back at top 2025 food trends.
This program is brought to you by
Welcome back. It's 12:30. Here's a look at some of the top stories we're following for you this afternoon. We are just hours away from the New Year's celebration. And anyone planning to come downtown, be aware of a lot of street closures tonight. Wacker Drive is shut down from Lake to Wells, and the Franklin Orleans Bridge closed this morning. A New Year's annual tradition is returning. CTA is partnering with Miller Lite for the New Year's Eve free rides program. Riders can take any CTA train or bus for free from 10 a.m., or excuse me, beginning, that is, at 10 p.m. tonight until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. So 10 p.m. tonight till 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. This program gives Chicago residents a safe and reliable transportation option for the evening. Well, let's find out what you can expect if you are heading downtown or if you're going to be outside at all this evening. What is the temperature going to be like, Caitlin?
Cold. Very cold tonight.
Wear the gloves, wear the heavy coat, wear the hat, right?
Yes, be comfortable and warm and safe rather than cute, okay?
It's not
Do you
about
hear
the
me?
cute tonight.
No, no. And we'll get into the wind chill and the temperature for tonight in a few moments. I do want to talk about our current conditions, though, because it is cloudy and we have some snow moving in. Light snow coming down right now in northern portions of Lake and McHenry County, right along the Wisconsin border. But over the next few hours, the snow is going to increase in coverage, and we have the potential for light snow all the way through this afternoon until this evening, around 7 to 8. Mostly dry conditions out there, with the exception of northwest Indiana. I'll show you the timeline in a few moments. First, though, talking about the temperature. It's not that bad out there right now. 34 degrees at the lakefront is the actual temperature. 36 in Gary, 33 at O'Hare, 34 in Aurora. These temperatures feel like we could be in the mid-20s, though, because it is a touch gusty. We're seeing winds around 25 miles per hour out there. Our futurecast wind chill. So this is the feel like temperature, not the actual temperature, meaning we're talking about the wind along with the cold, and this is what you need to dress for. Timing, 5 o'clock, feeling like 22 at the lakefront and 20 at O'Hare. That purple shade, that's the cold air really settling in tonight. So timing, midnight, feeling like we could be at 2 downtown. This is what I mean. This is why you have to dress warm, because at midnight, it's going to feel like 2 degrees outside. 2 degrees below zero as we get a little further north from Waukegan to 3 degrees below zero at Woodstock. We are all going to be brutally cold tonight. Temperatures actually dropping down to about 10 into early tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow's going to be a quiet day, but the temperatures, they're staying in the 20s, feeling like we could be in the mid-teens in the afternoon on your Thursday or the first day of the year. Our futurecast showing that snow moving in and moving out. Stopped it here at 8:15 to show you most of us are dry, with the exception of Porter County points east into the overnight, where you could see some additional light snowfall. Heading into Thursday again, it is going to be a cold day, but at least we do have quiet conditions outside of that. So it will be a relaxing day. As long as you're dressed the right way, you can go outside, go for a walk. Talking about how much snow we expect. Under an inch for most, but as we're on the lake where we have that additional snowfall possible tonight, you could see 1 to 2 inches from Valpo points east to Michigan City. 70 forecast, quick check. Tomorrow's high 22, 28 on Friday, Saturday around 27, and then freezing on Sunday, early next week, right about 40, Monday and Tuesday. Back to you.
All right. Thanks, Caitlin. So we're taking a look back at the year in food in 2025. What were the trends and why? I sit down with Axios reporter Monica Eng, who also covers Chicago's food scene. It's our latest episode of Tasting Chicago. Okay, so Monica, you know, you and I are both big foodies, and I noticed there were certain trends in 2025, and I want to share with you mine, and then I want you to tell me yours. Sure. Some of the trends I saw: steakhouses galore opening up in Chicago, which, you know, Chicago is a meat and potatoes town, but it seemed that we had an unusually high number of steakhouses. So steakhouses were part of the trends I saw. I saw a ton of omakase opening up, and I also saw something that's been around forever, but that is just blown up, and that's tavern-style pizza. Everybody seems to be doing tavern-style now with that super thin crust. Would you agree?
I would totally agree. I mean, I noticed you got Pizza Amici, you got Dicey's, you got WG that moved and brought a location from the northern suburbs here. I think it's called Washington Gardens. You've got Giordano's did its first tavern. Pizza Hut did its first tavern, and now George Mumbaris in Edgewater, who's really known for his great deep dish, now he's doing a tavern style as well.
So it's catching on across the country.
It really is, and I love it. It's what we all grew up eating, you know, union meetings and bowling parties and birthday parties. Now other people are getting into it.
Well, explain how the whole concept of tavern style came about, because there's a fun story behind that.
There is. I talked to Rose Baracco, who's the granddaughter of Vito and Nick's, and she said that when her dad was coming home from the war, he called his mom and in World War II, and he said, hey, you know, there's a lot of pizza here in Italy. I'd like to do something when I get home. And so she started working on a crust. And Rose said it was very different from the crust that her grandma had made before, which was more like grandma-style pizza or sort of Sicilian. It was much thinner, and because they had taverns. And there were a lot of actually gas onion salesmen who were going tavern to tavern saying, hey, you should really get a gas oven, this new thing called gas ovens. And because we can really up your profits. How can we up your profits? By having you serve this thing that's really not many ingredients at all. It's very thin, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of sauce. This salty thing, you serve that in your bar, and guess what? People are going to be very thirsty, and you will sell more beer. And you don't need a plate for this. You can just eat it on a little cocktail napkin because it's served in these small squares that are easy to pick up. And tavern-style pizza was born. The funny thing is, Rose Baracco said, tavern style. Nobody ever called it that when I was growing up. We called it pizza.
And to this day, they're still open after all these years, selling what some say is the best tavern-style pizza in Chicago. Vito and Nick's, great tavern style. And you can watch Tasting Chicago online on Fox Local. And we're also going to have some more on the food trends coming up on the news at 4. We'll be right back.
Good news for people with Medicare in Chicago.
Welcome back. It's 12:38. Taking a live look at the New York Stock Exchange. Right now, the Dow is trading down 113 points. A judge says the White House cannot stop funding for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. White House Budget Director Russell Vought claims the Federal Reserve is operating at a loss and cannot pay the employees. The judge ruled CFPB should be paid from the reserve anyway, saying Vaught's claim is just another way of trying to shut down the agency. New data shows home price increases continue to moderate. On average, home prices across the U.S. increased 1.3% in October. That is a 0.1% drop from the previous month. Home price increases have been slowing for 9 months, but in certain areas, including New York, Chicago, and Cleveland, they are actually rising faster. New SNAP bans are getting ready to take effect very soon. Beginning tomorrow, Indiana, Nebraska, Utah, Iowa, and West Virginia residents who receive SNAP benefits will see new restrictions on soda, candy, and other foods. At least 13 other states will follow. The Trump administration is urging states to scrap foods seen as unhealthy from the $100 billion federal program. The rise of the internet and texting have given companies an easier and cheaper way to gather information and improve the customer service experience. But many say they're feeling survey fatigue. Kevin Quirk has the story from Washington.
It's happening more and more. After you complete a business transaction, you're asked to take a survey about your experience.
I won't do it. I feel like it's free marketing and free market research for companies that should pay for it.
The rise of the internet and texting have given companies an easier and cheaper way to gather information and improve the customer service experience.
The more data that companies have, right, the more empowered they are to make a decision. If you're a company of like, yes, we want to get this data, but how invasive into our customers' lives do we really want to be?
A lot of Americans say they're feeling survey fatigue, and that's leading them to provide incomplete or low-quality responses or ignore the survey altogether.
They usually come to my email, and I've gotten bad about just kind of ignoring all the things that pile up in my email, so I don't give them too much thought.
Marketing experts warn the data collected might be inaccurate because it's not a random sample pool.
They're only getting the people who are choosing to do it. So if they had a really positive customer service experience and really love the product, they're going to be more likely to respond. If they had a really negative customer service experience or a really negative experience with a product or an experience, then they're going to be more likely to respond.
And just because companies can reach out to you doesn't mean they necessarily should.
The more that you bombard people with these kinds of survey requests, there is some evidence that it reduces the satisfaction that people have with these products.
Surveys with fewer questions are generally more likely to be completed. A HubSpot survey showed 43% of respondents preferred to spend less than 10 minutes on their answers. I concur. In Washington, Kevin Cork, Fox News.
Well, you may soon start seeing fewer Starbucks shops around town. After decades of constant growth, the chain is now shrinking its presence in major U.S. cities. Starbucks plans to close about 400 locations, mostly in large metro areas. It has already closed dozens of storefronts, including 42 shops in New York City alone. That's due to rising competition, remote work, and higher costs. On top of regular fireworks shows, we are seeing a rise in drones lighting up the sky this year. Coming up, we're going to have a live report from Las Vegas on how they're using drones to ring in the new year.
The Chicago Wolves dropped the
We are only a few hours away celebrating 2026, and major cities across the country are getting ready to enter in style. Amalia Roy is live in Las Vegas, one of the latest cities adding them to ring in the new year. What are the plans out there, Amalia?
Hello. Yes, this is a first for Las Vegas. Come midnight, 600 drones will join thousands of fireworks that are being launched across the Strip from across 10 different hotels. These workers have been here since Sunday getting everything set up. They're working all day today, but yesterday I got a sneak peek at what makes this show so magical.
A live roulette wheel spinning, some rolling dice, and everything you see from the drones, you'll be thinking Vegas. And then at the very end of the show, we have a welcome of 2026 to remind everybody and to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our nation. Fireworks will never be replaced because you can't replace that feeling that you get when a titanium salute goes off in the sky, but the visuals that you get from a drone you can't get from a fireworks shot.
Vegas saw a dip in tourism numbers over the summer, but it's New Year's Eve. This is a huge holiday for Las Vegas, especially here on the Strip. The CEO of the Las Vegas Conventions Visitors Authority told me that their hotels are looking at 95% capacity. In Las Vegas, Amalia Roy, Fox 32 Chicago.
People will be ringing in the new year with a giant cheese drop. It takes place in Plymouth, the cheese capital of the world. This will be the 18th year of the quirky celebration that is hosted by Sartori Cheese. This event began in 2007 and has welcomed thousands of visitors in and out of Wisconsin. People get a complimentary cheese tasting all night long. Coming up, we are taking a look back at some of the top moments caught on camera.
The Fox Local app. It's free. It's on.
Welcome back. It's 12:49. Year after year, people get caught on camera doing good things, bad things, or just funny things. 2025 was no exception, and CB Cotton shows us all of the craziest moments caught on camera.
Caught in the act. And caught just in time. 2025 brought us some head-turning moments, and cameras captured them all.
Are you going to get me in jail?
No, I'm not going to put you in jail. Like this 5-year-old boy who worried about getting arrested after taking a solo trip for some Chick-fil-A. Or a 17-pound dog who spent months on the run before returning to his adopted family.
There he goes.
Bears were caught trespassing and playing ding-dong ditch, while a wild turkey caused a scene when it broke into a pharmacy, and a massive crocodile stopped people in their tracks as it crawled across the street. But Slow and Steady did not win the race for this suspected drug dealer who tried escaping from police on a scooter.
White male covered in mud and underwear.
A Colorado man led officers on a foot chase in just his Speedo, while in Los Angeles, a suspect tried robbing a donut shop disguised in a bikini and sun hat.
Oh, it's here.
Mother Nature was captured spinning tornadoes, whipping up dust storms, and sparking lightning strikes, while fiery space debris lit up the night sky. Stop. And Houston had a problem when Beyoncé's flying car prop malfunctioned during her concert. From Texas to the Vegas Strip, where hotel and casino teams competed for gold in the housekeeping Olympics. But in New York, only one person took home the top prize at a pigeon impersonation pageant. This police officer also showed off his best moves when he responded to a noise complaint.
Just stay there.
First responders came to the rescue of this hiker stuck clinging to the side of a cliff, and a child who got stuck after climbing into a claw machine.
I was just asking if you could time my time for me.
Officers also stepped up to help this young man who wanted to make a good impression at his first job interview. With artificial intelligence now dominating social media, events that appear to be caught on camera will need to be watched with a closer eye in 2026. In New York, CB Cotton, Fox News.
Caitlin's going to have a final check of our forecast coming up.
Nothing beats a Chicago sunrise.
Welcome back. If you're having trouble sleeping, have you considered true crime? Yes, it's the new trend right now. Fans of the classic docuseries Forensic Files say they're putting it on to help them drift off to sleep, believe it or not. They say it's not the grisly details that lull them to sleep, but the calm, steady voice of longtime narrator Peter Thomas. So yeah, fans also say they have found entire communities on Facebook and Reddit filled with people who swear Forensic Files is the perfect nighttime lullaby. That's pretty funny. And if you have new clothes for the holidays, should you wash them before you wear them? That is a trending question that has some people divided. Martha Stewart posted online that while it isn't essential as it once may have been, experts still recommend washing new clothes before wearing them to help get rid of chemicals and germs from the factory. Others call it a waste of time. Do you wash things before you buy them?
Before I wear them?
Yeah, before you wear them, I mean.
It depends.
That doesn't look as good after you wash them half the time,
yeah.
right?
Oh, well, like work clothes, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking like T-shirts or jeans.
I think I would wear them, but I wash it before my kids wear them.
Yeah.
What about you?
That makes sense. No, I don't wash them before I wear
You
them.
don't?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
But, okay, I want to go back to that shot that we had.
Yes.
That is where everybody is going to be converging tonight, and that, of course, is the Riverwalk. Caitlin and I have been watching this boat. Because, Caitlin, I was telling you, it's so much fun to walk home on a cold Chicago day.
Yes.
And to see this boat, that it's actually not just a regular boat. It is a hot tub boat. I'm not sure if that's what this is, but looking at this picture, tell me what the temperature is right now, and if it is a hot tub boat, yeah. That's pretty crazy.
So we're in the 30s. I would do a hot tub boat in the 30s. It's not that bad out there right now, believe it or not. I am seeing some light snow coming down, too.
Oh, yes, I was wondering about that. It's not going to be much of anything, huh?
Look at the hot tub boat disappearing now at the bottom of your screen. They're like, oh no, they're on to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have some light snow expected this afternoon and this evening. Finally, dry skies will be back, and that's when the temperatures plummet. So it is New Year's Eve. It's going to be a cold one. Behind me, you can see satellite radar. The clouds are thick. We have that light snow coming down even in Chicago that's not being picked up on radar. It is so light, but Lake and McHenry County, you've been getting in on the wet weather, and the potential for snow is going to be increasing over the next few hours until this evening about 6 or 7. The drier air will be here, and we're not talking about a lot of snow. In fact, most under an inch of accumulation. Temperatures, they're not bad. This is what I mean, 34 degrees. That's kind of perfect for a hot tub. Temperatures are in the upper 30s from Gary at 36 to 35 in Morris and 36 in Joliet. So we're seeing a good range of the 30s. But here's your next 12 hours. Let's take you through midnight with the wind chill, because we do have winds gusting to about 20 to 25 miles per hour. So even this afternoon, as temperatures are in the 30s, it's going to feel like the 20s. But tonight, we're talking about wind chills down to about 1 at midnight. So dress for 1 degree. What that means? Layer it up tonight for your festivities. 7-day forecast. Tomorrow is going to be chilly all day long. Starting off at 10 is our actual low tonight into early tomorrow. High of about 22. Friday's looking good. 28 degrees as our high. This weekend, quiet weather. 27 expected Saturday, Sunday, right around freezing. And then next week, we start off with very mild conditions. Back to the upper 30s Monday and on Tuesday. So let's break down this forecast now through midnight. If you have lunchtime plans or dinner plans, right now it's cloudy. It's mostly quiet. We do have those gusty winds as mentioned and a little bit of light snow flurry activity. The snow is going to be picking up over the next few hours, and it's going to last until this evening about 6 or 7. Light accumulation, not out of the question. And then tonight, temperatures are dropping. By midnight, it's going to feel like we could be in the single digits, but at least it will be dry. And then tomorrow, a high of only 22. It's going to be a cold New Year's Day. Sylvia, what's your New Year's resolution, by the way?
Ooh, I don't usually make resolutions, but you know what I am going to do tomorrow? I'm going to take a look back at the year of 2025.
Yes.
And kind of see the high points and the low points using my phone.
Love it.
And then I'm going to use that to kind of think about what I want to do for the new year. How about
Beautiful.
that?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. See you back here at 4, I hope. Next. Chicago doesn't just celebrate the holiday season, it decorates and it pours them. I'm Sylvia Perez, and we're at the historic Berghoff restaurant, decked out for the holidays with food journalist Monica Eng and brewmaster Jim